Well, believe it or not, the dead has come back to life. You probably thought I had dropped off the earth, but life has gotten in the way. I had a 3-day workshop to teach. My husband had surgery. I attended a workshop myself down in North Carolina, and we had visitors, all of that going on. I was not able to tape. But today, here is a piece that I started working on down in North Carolina. I took a workshop from Lisa Pressman at Cullowhee Mountain Arts in western North Carolina. It's about an hour west of Asheville, way up in the Smoky Mountains. Had a wonderful time. And I worked on this, but it's not finished. So I am going to start working on this again as a work in progress. It is cold wax. And I just wanted to show you the colors that I'm going to be using. And because I just want to punch this up a little bit. It's okay. And I don't settle for just okay paintings. I have to punch them up. So that's what I'm going to work on. And I just wanted to show you the colors that I'm using and what I'm going to be doing. First of all, this past week I've been using Galka Gel, Gamblin's Galka Gel. It's in a tube. And I have been putting it into my cold wax. And I want to show you how much I'm going to put into this pile of wax. And you can see there's a lot of wax there. As soon as I can get this off with one hand, I'm going to show you. And I'm going to squeeze some Galka Gel into it. That's about how much I'm going to use. And actually that's too much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some more cold wax to that. What does the Galka do? It adds a little bit of gloss to your paint, and it really dries a lot faster. I'm going to add some more wax to this because that's way too much. And then if you add your gel into your wax right in the beginning, then all of your color is going to have this Galka Gel into it. Now you really want to mix this up good so all of your wax has Galka Gel in it. And it also makes your wax a little bit more juicy. You can see that there's also a little bit of color in this wax. I don't worry about small details. As I said, I don't sweat the small things. If there's a little bit of color in it, it's not going to really affect much of anything. Unless, of course, I'm using white, and even I don't care if I put it into white. So that's mixed up. I think I'm going to put a little bit more wax into it, because I squeeze too much out. Okay, now I'm going to add this to my colors. And then everything is going to have Galka Gel. I don't have to worry with it. And then every time I run out of cold wax, I put more Galka Gel into it. So, some of the colors that I'm going to be using. That's the string on my... Okay, here we go. This first color is Williamsburg Manganese Violet. And then the black that I'm going to use is Chromatic Black. And that is made by Gamblin. And that is a very transparent black. And that is used for mixing, strictly for mixing. It will darken your colors without changing it too much, as ivory black or lamp black or Morris black will do. So I'm going to use that. And then we have Gamblin's Radiant Violet. This is a nice color which I like. This is Vasari, and it's the cedar. And then we have Williamsburg Cinnabar Green Light. Then over here, way back there in the corner, is my warm white. I'm going to use that white, and that is by Gamblin. And here is a really nice coral color, and that is Azo Coral by M. Graham. This is Gamblin's Burnt Umber. I put the tube away, but it's Gamblin's Burnt Umber. This is Daniel Smith's Burnt, what's it called? Quinacridone Burnt Orange. This is Gamblin's Transparent Earth Orange. What is this color? No, okay. This is the Burnt Umber, this is the Burnt Orange, and this is the Gamblin's Transparent Earth Orange. This is a new color that I just found, and I absolutely love it. It's Richardson's Shiva Orange. It's a very opaque orange. It looks exactly like cad orange, but it's not nearly as toxic. And then down here is the Indian Yellow by Gamblin, and I will use that and put some white into it for a yellow. And down here we have Gamblin's Phthalo Blue here, and I'm going to put some white to it. And here is a new color that I just absolutely love. It's M. Graham's Cobalt Teal. And when you mix that cobalt teal with the yellow, or Indian yellow or lemon yellow, it makes beautiful greens. So those are the colors that I'm going to be using, and I will probably put white in each pile just to lighten it up a little bit, have the original color. So I'm going to mix all of my colors now, and I'm just going to show you one color that I'm going to mix, and this is the Manganese Violet. I just want to show you how I do mix it. And I go 50-50. Now I have a bunch of wax on here now. So I think this is about 50-50 right here. And if I want that to be more transparent, I can add a little bit more wax to it. The more wax you use, the more transparent the color becomes. Now, I do want to put some white into that. I'm not going to do my white until I mix up my white. But you can, that's basically how I do mix my colors. I'm going to show you one more yet. Take that violet off. Okay, I'm going to do my black. And about 50-50. There's not a lot of black there because I don't plan on using the black. You want to make sure, and don't stir. You know, I teach workshops and I see people stirring. Stirring is not going to do a daggone thing. What you want to do is scoop it up and smash it. That way you know that you're going to get a lot of mixture. It's going to be mixed thoroughly. And I will probably make a lighter gray out of this as well. And then I'll do one more. Wipe that black off. And I'm going to do the Radiant Violet, about 50-50. And I'm going to continue on. I'm not going to bore you with mixing. But there you go. Now I won't add any more white to that because that is pretty dark. I'm not sure. It might end up being close to. I'm going to do this and do this, and I'm just going to take a little bit of this white. Now I'm going to have to put more wax into it because I haven't done the wax in the white yet. Let's just see. It might be close to that Radiant. We'll find out. But that's not a true white. That is warm white. Very, very close. If I put more white into that, it would be very close to that. This has just a little bit more depth to it though. But I like the three different shades, the darker, the medium, and the light. So that tells me one thing. I don't need to buy Radiant. I don't need to buy a Radiant Violet, because this would be the same thing as that if I would put more white into it. So here we go. I'm going to continue on mixing my colors, and then we're going to work on this painting. And again, I apologize for not posting for quite a while. Life got in the way. I got real busy. And this Friday, I'm starting to teach another 3-day cold wax workshop. So I'll have another slight interruption unless I video some of my demos. I'm not sure if I'm going to be doing that or not. So I thank you for your patience, and I plan on finishing this or starting this painting probably in about 15-20 minutes after I mix these colors up. And by the way, I always mix my colors before I start. That way I know that when I need a color, it's ready. I don't have to sit and think. I have all of my colors out in front of me, and it does not stop my creative process. So I'm going to go ahead and mix these up, and I'll be back with you. I just wanted to show you my colors, and you can see how much wax I used. I didn't even use half of it. So, get that. I have my phone in like a phone wallet, and that's the wristlet that's attached to it. So there's my cold wax that I used, and there is, you can see I added white to almost all the colors just so I would have different values, and I made a gray. And here's that cedar that I used. That's the real color. And here I've added the chromatic black to it. Now you can see the chromatic black does not change its color. It just makes it darker. So to the right of it is the darker cedar. Then the cinnabar green, light with a little bit of white in it. And then here are my warm colors over here, and I've added white to all of them. The Daniel Smith Quinn Burnt Orange and the Gamblin Transparent Earth Orange are very similar when they are on the palette, but when you add white to them, they're very different. The burnt orange is a redder color than the transparent earth orange. And here's that Shiva orange, which is a Richardson with some white in it. It looks yellow there, but it's really a light orange. And then we have the Indian yellow with white in it. And there's my phthalo blue, and I added a little bit of white and then a little bit more white, so I'd have 3 different shades of the blue. And there's the cobalt teal, and of course the warm white back there. So I'm going to get started here. Probably, I don't know if for certain that I'm going to start today, but I'm going to stop this video where it is now, and tomorrow I will post the painting. The actual painting of this piece, or finishing it, I should say. So comments are welcome, guys, and I do appreciate your patience with my not posting for a while. So have a good one.